Decades ago, the world underwent a terrifying, permanent transformation. Monstrous fiends invaded, forcing humanity to adapt to the brutal new reality of the mythic era. To survive, humans must awaken unique classes, master forbidden skills, and climb the ranks to achieve godlike strength. The Awakened stand as humanity's final line of defense, carving out safe zones on the blue planet through endless combat. Make no mistake, this is the age of the Awakened, and the weak are destined to be trampled. Deep within the Haiqing High School of the Longxia Federation, the air crackles with nervous energy. The high-stakes awakening ceremony has finally arrived. Today is the day every student learns their fate. Will they be heroes or zeros? Combat instructor Liu, who takes the stage, ready to determine the future of every student in the room. He offers a word of encouragement, though he knows the odds are stacked against most of them. After 18 long years of waiting in this new world, Feng Zhou stands ready to claim his destiny. The call goes out. It's time for the freshman, Feng Zhou, to step into the spotlight. Feng Zhou marches forward, his face a mask of absolute focus. The crowd fades into the background as our protagonist strides forward with cold, unshakable confidence. The peanut gallery is already buzzing. Will he be a priest? He's certainly handsome enough for the job, but looks don't pay the bills. Someone's clearly salty about Feng Zhou's looks. They're just waiting for him to fail, so they can feel better about their own mediocrity. As an orphan of martyrs, Feng Zhou has the grades and the physical stats to back up his hype. All eyes are glued to him. The pressure is enough to crush a lesser man. With a cold, piercing gaze, he channels raw power into the ancient seal. The ritual begins as the magic circle ignites with overwhelming energy. A chilling realization takes hold as his eyes glow with an otherworldly light. The crowd goes wild. Something is seriously wrong with this awakening process. Is he breaking the game already? A surge of overwhelming power erupts as he unleashes his dark aura. A colossal, shadowy blade descends from the heavens, threatening to obliterate everything in its path. This isn't just an awakening. It's an environmental catastrophe. What kind of monster is this kid? A nightmarish legion of the dead rises, led by a colossal, soul-devouring beast. The gates of the underworld have burst open, and doom is marching forward. The Necromancer stands tall, his terrifying legion of spectral warriors rising to claim the battlefield. With a single flick of his wrist, he unleashes a storm of lethal shadows. The system confirms it. Class, Necromancer. The room falls into a stunned, awkward silence. Feng Zhou stares at the screen. Is this truly the power he's been granted? The laughter starts instantly. Everyone thinks he's a joke now. Oh, how quickly they forget he's the main character. The haters are out in full force, calling the Necromancer class bottom of the barrel. They're about to regret those words big time. The experts in the crowd start lecturing about the fatal flaw of necromancy, as if they know anything about his potential. They claim life and death are too far apart for a human to bridge. They clearly haven't met our guy. Feng Zhou ignores the noise. He's got his stats, and he's ready to prove them all wrong. A hidden prompt flickers in his vision. The Undead Realm Experience system has been activated. 18 years. He's been waiting nearly 2 decades for his cheat code to show up, and it's finally here. The system instantly bridges the gap between him and the realm of the dead, generating a personal avatar. He can now explore the abyss, devour souls, and summon his own army. Talk about a massive upgrade. For a necromancer, this isn't just a system. It's a tailor-made god-tier power-up. A chilling, calculated smirk spreads across his face. He barks the command, "Summon!" A chilling blue flame ignites within the hollow skull, marking the return of an absolute nightmare. Death has awakened. He takes control of the avatar, feeling the cold, dead sensation of the undead realm. Every creature he kills in the abyss becomes a loyal soldier in the real world. This is basically a cheat code infinite army glitch. If he keeps hunting, his power will become literally limitless. The undead realm is no longer a place of mystery. It's his personal hunting ground. He decides to save the full exploration for later. He's got a school bully to deal with right now. System: summon the avatar to the real world. The command is executed, and the air begins to warp with dark energy. A blinding, mystical aura erupts as a forbidden technique is unleashed. The sheer power of this magical formation threatens to shatter reality itself. The ancient horror manifests before the eyes of the terrified students. He realizes his skeleton isn't just a minion. It's his most lethal weapon. Instructor Lu calls the next student, but he can't stop staring at the monstrosity Fang Zhou just pulled out of thin air. The girls are still flocking to Fang Zhou, and his new skeleton buddy is winning over the crowd. The local bully is fuming. He can't handle the fact that Fang Zhou is still the center of attention despite his trash class. The bully decides to test the theory that necromancers are weak, planning to smash the skeleton to pieces. He thinks he's going to ruin Fang Zhou's leveling, but he's about to have a very bad day. A blinding flash erupts as he delivers a lightning-fast strike. He screams for the skeleton to go to hell, completely oblivious to his own impending doom. With a single, effortless motion, the skeleton retaliates with a flurry of lethal strikes. The bully's attack hits nothing but air as the skeleton vanishes from his sight. A terrifying phantom looms from the shadows, leaving him frozen in sheer, cold-blooded dread. A brutal, lightning-fast strike connects, sending shockwaves through his jaw. He never even saw it coming. The armored reaper strikes with lethal precision, slamming his target into the earth. One wrong move and it's all over. The bully is left reeling. How did a trash class just floor him? Paralyzed by sheer terror, he can only watch as death looms right over his shoulder. Fang Zhou stands back, watching the show with utter indifference. The bully is panicking. The skeleton is too fast and too smart for a mere summon. He tries to rush Fang Zhou directly, thinking he can bypass the minion. Big mistake. With a thunderous stomp, the skeleton halts his advance. The bully screams, but his confidence has completely evaporated. With ice-cold precision, the skeleton intercepts the blade in a blur of motion. The ambush fails before it even begins. With a single, lightning-fast strike, our hero sends his opponent flying. The power gap is undeniable. Fang Zhou delivers a cold reality check. The bully was never on his level. With a crackling surge of raw energy, the skeleton delivers a bone-shattering blow that sends the bully flying. A brutal strike sends the opponent crashing to the ground in a spray of blood. The Shadow Monarch stands tall. The bully hits the dirt, and the crowd stares in total, stunned silence. Blasted into the ground, the bully is out cold. That's what happens when you bring a knife to a necromancer fight. Fang Zhou finds the whole thing incredibly boring and decides to walk away. The class is in an uproar. The weak necromancer just one-shot the bully without breaking a sweat. Fang Zhou keeps moving, totally unfazed by the chaos he just caused. The bully, groaning on the floor, tries to make a hollow threat. The sun shines brightly over the academy, but a new, darker chapter is beginning. Fang Zhou retreats to find some peace and quiet, ready to consult his system again. It's time to dive back into the undead realm. He knows the risks, but for a necromancer, danger is just another word for leveling up. He confirms the mission. It's time to hunt. The system prepares the connection. He hasn't waited 18 years to play it safe. It's go time. The system warns of extreme risk, but Fang Zhou doesn't hesitate. He hits confirm. He chooses his avatar, a standard bone soldier. Time to get to work. The atmosphere shatters as a terrifying surge of power erupts beneath him. He's just triggered something legendary. A crimson sun bleeds over a landscape choked by death and decay. The silence of this cursed graveyard is broken only by the ominous caw of a waiting predator. Under the blood-red moon, a lone figure kneels in the desolate wastes, gathering their strength for the chaos to come. He checks his stats as the bone soldier. Weak for now, but that's about to change. He realizes the bone armament skill is his secret weapon. It's the key to survival in this hellscape. Before he does anything else, he needs to craft a weapon. A savage beast lunges with jaws wide open, ready to tear its prey to shreds. The hunt is on, and mercy isn't on the menu. The skeleton warrior is caught off guard as a savage, bloodthirsty beast lunges from the shadows. If you're enjoying this recap, smash that like button and subscribe for more. He's under fire the second he spawns. This realm is absolutely ruthless. The beast is fast, and he's still getting used to the skeleton's stiff limbs. The wolf locks its jaws onto his leg. A bone-crunching sound rings out. He's trapped. This isn't exactly the start he hoped for. Time to turn the tables with a little bit of improvisation. He's about to show this wolf exactly why you don't bite a skeleton. The skeletal warrior strikes with lethal precision, sending his beastly foe reeling. Bones shatter and sparks fly. The blow connects, but the beast is still standing. That kick didn't do much. He needs more power. Controlling a bag of bones is harder than it looks, but he's learning fast. He looks down at his own skeletal frame. Time for an upgrade. He calls upon the essence of the realm. Bone armament. Gather. He lunges at the wolf, weapon ready. The strike is brutal and direct. He's not playing around anymore. A cold, mechanical grunt of satisfaction. He realizes that taking damage here is going to hurt in the real world. This is high-stakes gaming at its finest. Since the wolf is already dead, it's basically free real estate for his soul energy. He's going to make this creature his first official servant. One final strike with his weaponized bone armor. The skeletal warrior strikes with lethal precision, leaving the beast coughing up blood in its wake. The beast falls. Victory is his. The skeletal terror erupts with blue flames, lunging forward to deliver a final, lethal blow. He exhales, though he doesn't have lungs. Bone armament is even more overpowered than he expected. He spots something in the distance. What is that? The terrifying undead warrior strikes, forcing his opponent to their knees in absolute despair. A sudden, hollow hunger gnaws at him. Is this the soul power kicking in? It's time for evolution. He craves more power. He feels his stats climbing. The system pings. Attributes increased. Strength and vitality are ticking up. He realizes that soul power is the currency of this realm. Can be used for everything: skills, potential, equipment. He's going to be a god. The path forward is crystal clear. Slaughter, devour, evolve. As long as he keeps hunting, his growth will be unstoppable. He's going to break the system entirely. He reflects on the weakness of his class. Little do they know, he's just getting started. System. Bone spear crafted. He begins harvesting the soul power of his enemies. His strength is climbing rapidly with every kill. He feels the surge of power. Still not enough. He needs more. His stats are rising steadily. He's becoming a powerhouse. Back in the real world, Haicheng High School is quiet, but Fangzhou is changing in the shadows. The sun beats down on the imposing walls of the academy, where a storm of secrets is about to unfold. He's going to become stronger than anyone could have ever imagined. Nobody is ready for the new Fangzhou. Fangzhou stands tall, though his jittery energy is plain for all to see. Bai Xiaochan catches him in the act, her eyes widening as she realizes something is seriously wrong with him. Blood drips relentlessly, turning a simple encounter into a gruesome display of injury right before her eyes. She scolds him, convinced he's hurting himself out of pure frustration over his weak awakened class. She's completely missed the mark, leaving our hero wishing he could just find a quiet corner to summon his undead minions in peace. He brushes it off with a casual lie, claiming he just gave himself a little scratch. Smooth? Fangzhou, real smooth. The atmosphere turns icy as they lock eyes in a silent, heart-stopping standoff that freezes time itself. The tension breaks as they realize they're late for meditation class. Time to scramble. A sudden, violent coughing fit hits him, and just like that, things go from bad to worse in a heartbeat. Panic sets in as she insists he needs the infirmary immediately, but he's having none of it. He forces a smile, hiding the fact that the undead realm is draining his life force, while the system warns him to watch his health. What is he hiding behind that mask of indifference? He checks his stats, everything is climbing, but Bai Xiaochan is still hovering, clearly worried about his sanity. He discovers a new deducible skills feature, and his mind starts racing with possibilities. A wild thought crosses his mind. Could he actually forge his own original skills just like the high-tier elites? Welcome to the Haiqing High School teaching building, where the real struggle begins. If you're enjoying this recap, smash that like button and subscribe for more. Enter Shin Hongyu, the silver lower-tier fire mage who runs this meditation class with an iron fist. He commands the students to manifest their class abilities through the power of meditation. He explains that mental power is the bedrock of all their future skills. He tries to comfort them, bragging about how it took him 2 whole weeks to master it. What a legend. The system pings. The skeleton meditation method is ready to be fast-tracked to the beginner level. Deep focus takes over as he dives into the mental void. A surge of pure success. He's done it. The human facade crumbles, revealing the lethal predator waiting underneath. Necrotic power is surging through his veins. He's stunned by his own speed. He's mastered the skeleton meditation method in record time. He realizes this meditation method is just a fancy way of staring at his own skeleton avatar. Talk about a cheat code. It's not training. It's just looking at himself in the mirror. He's basically a narcissist with a death cult. As long as he stays out of the realm, his avatar grinds for him 24/7. He's got the ultimate AFK farming build. The system confirms his mental power is rising, granting him another ticket into the undead realm. It's go time. He kicks off the undead realm experience once again. His blue eyes ignite with predatory intent. The slaughter is about to start all over again. Soul power is ticking up, plus 0.1 and climbing. He's diving back in to wreak havoc to his heart's content. The system hits him with a new quest. Consume 10 soul power to deduce a brand new skill for his main body. He finally gets it. The real upgrades happen when he's deep inside the dark void of the undead realm. He slams the button. Initiate the deduction. The gears of the system turn, analyzing the data for his next weapon. Success. The bone javelin skill is officially unlocked. He's realizing he's unlocked an entire skill tree. This is going to be good. He spots some abandoned undead mobs. Perfect timing for a live fire test. With a single, earth-shattering blow, he obliterates the monster into nothingness. The beast cries out in agony as it's erased from existence. His spectral hound lunges forward, tearing through the darkness with a chilling, lethal strike. He's impressed. This is light years ahead of his old, pathetic starting spells. His stats are climbing, but he notices the fodder skeletons are giving him less energy. Time to hunt bigger fish. He's hitting a bottleneck. The system is forcing him to venture into the deadliest corners of the realm. He's not leaving until he squeezes every last drop of bone essence out of these low-level creeps. He lets out a wicked laugh. He's clearly losing it, but he doesn't care. He's lost in his own world, completely forgetting where he actually is. Bai Xiaochan snaps him back to reality. Why is he the only one giggling in a room full of serious students? He tries to play it cool, but the damage is already done. A classmate mocks him, claiming he's clearly failed to meditate. The roast is getting heated. They whisper that his class is trash and his meditation method is incomplete. He's the laughingstock of the room. The teacher steps in, scolding him for wasting everyone's time with his lack of progress. He points to Lu Renjia, the genius who visualized a blade hilt. Oh, congratulations, you found a handle. The teacher drives the point home, highlighting the massive gap between a necromancer and real classes. Fang Zhou can't help but mutter, that genius speed is actually pretty average. The room goes silent. Did he just insult the golden boy? Lu Renjia loses his cool, shouting at Fang Zhou to look in the mirror before talking trash. Lu Renjia tries to shove him, but he's in for a nasty surprise. The teacher orders them to stay focused, but the air is electric with impending violence. Fang Zhou finally stands up, demanding to show the teacher what he's actually capable of. He's done being the punching bag. It's time to reveal his progress. The class scoffs, betting he's barely scratched the surface of the technique. He centers himself, channeling the dark power of the skeleton meditation method. The room waits with bated breath to see if he'll fail or flourish. The teacher's eyes pop out of his head. He's reached the beginner level in one session. Fang Zhou plays it modest, but inside, he knows he's a billion times faster than these so-called geniuses. The teacher is forced to admit his progress is acceptable. Then, he drops the bomb. A combat test is happening tomorrow. Panic erupts in Fang Zhou's mind. He's still barely scratched the surface. Lu Renjia smirks, thinking the combat arena will finally put the weakling in his place. He's itching to show off his skills and crush the mage who dared to talk back. Back into the shadows of the undead realm he goes. A heavy boot slams into the earth. The slaughter is officially back on the menu. His newfound mastery of the meditation technique means he can stay in the realm longer than ever before. He's pushing himself to the absolute limit, hunting until his spiritual reserves run dry. He wants more. He hungers for more power. He refuses to stop, pushing his body past the breaking point. The skeletal warrior rises, soul fire burning with a deadly, cold hunger. His energy finally bottoms out. He's completely spent. But it was worth it. His class level has spiked, and his avatar is getting a major buff. The upgrade is locked and loaded. The avatar begins its transformation into something far more dangerous. A lethal blue gaze pierces the dark. The hunter is ready to evolve. He unleashes a strike so fast it tears through the very fabric of the battlefield. Stats are up across the board, and he's learned a new skill. Brutal Strike. He tests the new skill. It's a powerhouse move that scales with his strength. This is exactly what he needed to turn these undead into target practice. A phantom of death emerges, ready to claim anyone foolish enough to stand in its way. He pushed too hard, his energy is completely drained, and he's feeling the toll. Back at the school's athletic field, the sun is shining, but the danger is lurking. Life goes on as normal, but Fang Zhou is hiding a predator's secret in the shadows. A splitting headache reminds him that overdrawing his power has consequences. He plays it cool to keep his system a secret, even as his classmates look at him with pity. They're still whispering that his class is garbage. If only they knew he was the most dangerous person in the room. Bai Xiaochan stands up for him again. Why is everyone so obsessed with bullying the guy who's just trying to survive? Lu Renjia tries to intimidate him, but Fang Zhou isn't the same pushover he was a week ago. He's got a skill now, and he only needs one hit to end this clown. Mr. Lu intervenes, stopping the fight before it gets ugly. He reminds them that their skills are for beasts, not for petty playground brawls. He acknowledges Fang Zhou's grades but warns him to bring his A-game to combat class. Fang Zhou wonders if the teacher is actually watching out for him or just waiting for him to fail. The class falls into formation, ready for the test. The tension builds as they prepare for the assessment. They stare at the testing dummy, a 100-point defense beast that no freshman has ever managed to crack. The instructor explains the math. 100 points of defense is enough to tank a lesser imp. It looks like a pile of scrap metal already. Are they sure it won't fall apart? The stakes are high. Break the dummy, and you get 20 precious contribution points. The class goes wild. 20 points is a fortune. Time to go all out. In this world, points are life. You want gear? You need to pay up. The line forms, and the commoners are up first to take their shots. A fire mage steps up, hands glowing with the heat of 1,000 suns. A fireball erupts from his palms, searing the air. The score hits 48. A massive disappointment, he barely scratched the paint. Next up, a warrior swings, landing a measly 41. An archer fires, but the arrow bounces off like a pebble. The common classes are done, and the results are pathetic. Nobody cracked 60. The hidden classes are their only hope for a show. Fang Zhou watches, wondering if his skeletons can stack damage like a pro. Lu Renjia sneers at him, certain he's going to be the laughingstock of the day. He's ready to show everyone what a real hidden class can do. He lands his combo, a swift, lethal strike. 80 points. Lu Renjia is feeling himself, thinking he's the king of the school. Yifan is up next, the school's golden boy. Everyone goes quiet. This is the guy the school is dumping all their research funds into. He steps up, an aura of pure predatory power radiating from his stance. The numbers start flashing. He's not just hitting, he's obliterating. Vengeance strike hits the target. 65, then 69. He's just getting warmed up. He's stacking combos like a machine. The damage is climbing higher and higher. He smashes through the 80s, climbing straight to 100. A perfect 100. The crowd goes absolutely insane. Fang Zhou watches, realizing he can game the system by stacking his own attacks. He's already planning his next move. In his mind, he's already surpassed the so-called best in the class. Lu Renjia is fuming, realizing he's been outclassed by a mile. Bai Xiaochan steps up. She's a support class, but she's determined to prove herself. She's nervous, but she's not backing down. She unleashes a whirlwind of leaves, a beautiful but deadly display. The score pops up, 31. Ouch. Support classes really don't pack a punch. Lu Renjia laughs, but he's just projecting his own insecurity now. A storm mage lands a 72, decent, but not enough to break the mold. An earth knight manages a 69, tough but not tough enough. A heavy hammer warrior crushes an 84, the strongest one yet. Still, no one can break 100. The contribution points are safe, but is there one last hidden card to play? Fang Zhou screams, activating his summoning skill to flood the field with his skeletal army. The skeptics laugh, mocking his choice of class and claiming his skeletons can barely stand, let alone fight. Fang Zhou smirks, firing back. Is he really going to let them off that easy when the stakes are 20 contribution points? A loudmouth challenger steps up, betting his pride that he'll eat the training dummy if Fang Zhou manages to break it. Fang Zhou doesn't miss a beat, locking that challenge in with a cold stare. He coolly tells the crowd to take a few steps back. They mock him, asking if he's afraid of looking weak, but he just ignores the noise. He explains that his skill requires plenty of room to operate. Things are about to get crowded. The counter climbs rapidly as his power surges. The onlookers go pale. 10 skeletons? Since when does an apprentice-level necromancer have enough mana for that? They realize this is historic. Even the legendary Su Xinyan only managed 5 on her first day. The whispers turn to shock. Is Fang Zhou actually eclipsing a prodigy? Fang Zhou keeps his cool, silently admitting that he's holding back to avoid too much heat. He unleashes the assault, and the pressure is palpable. The skeletons move with terrifying speed. The mechanical menace gets absolutely rocked by a thunderous, armor-shattering blow. One clean strike sends the metal demon reeling in a flurry of sparks and destruction. Data streams cross the screen as the damage numbers start climbing rapidly. Some claim a score of 65 is just average, but let's be real, most warriors would kill for that kind of firepower. The haters are still nitpicking, calculating that each skeleton is barely pulling its weight. Fang Zhou tells them not to get ahead of themselves. The show is only just getting started. If 10 wasn't enough to impress them, he'll just double it to 20. The crowd goes wild. 20 skeletons? History is being rewritten right in front of their eyes. A mechanical fist shatters the control panel with a deafening crack. Total system shutdown is just one strike away. The mechanical demon unleashes a devastating strike, sending its opponent flying in a massive explosion. With a sinister grin, it dominates the battlefield. The mechanical menace crackles with lethal energy as it hits critical capacity. The demon machine grins, ready to unleash total destruction. A deafening blast shatters the silence as pure chaos erupts. The battlefield is swallowed by a storm of fire and destruction. The crowd erupts in chaos as a mysterious device crashes down, cracking under the pressure of a digital countdown. The world is about to change forever. A massive shockwave tears through the sky, sending debris flying over the helpless crowd. Total chaos erupts in an instant. The numbers don't lie. Fang Zhou has shattered the machine's limit. He's officially a monster. The screen flashes 990. The machine literally cannot handle his output. How is this even possible for a fresh student? The system is struggling to keep up with his sheer talent. Fang Zhou turns to the loudmouth. Time to start eating that dummy. He tells the guy that if he can't stomach it, he can just walk away. With a cold dismissal, he tells the loser to vanish from his sight. The loser scampers off, swearing revenge for next time. Everyone swarms Fang Zhou, begging for his training secrets, but he plays it off as normal meditation. The instructor is genuinely impressed. His perspective on necromancy completely shifted. He promises to put Fang Zhou on the school's elite seed list. He's earned it. Inside the office, the principal reviews the stats. 9,103 successful awakenings out of 10,000. He notes the rare class users, the true stars of the academy. The 85 elites are already locked into the special cultivation program. But then, the tone in the room shifts. The principal turns his attention to the necromancer. He looks at the file labeled Fang Zhou. With a stroke of a pen, he moves to exclude him from the list. A knock at the door interrupts the cold decision-making. Instructor Liu barges in, breathless and urgent, desperate to advocate for his student. He's found the proof he needs to sway the principal. He slams the file down. Fang Zhou must be on that list. The principal scoffs, citing the historical failures of necromancers, but Liu isn't backing down. The principal argues that Su Xinyan only succeeded because of her legendary father's money. Liu reminds him that Fang Zhou's own parents were heroes of the Federation. The principal warns that the seed list is about responsibility, not just handouts. Liu presents the reports. Fang Zhou's progress is unlike anything he's ever seen. The principal is stunned. 20 skeletons in the first class? He agrees to wait for the simulated battlefield results before making the final call. The principal is curious now. He wants to see what this kid can really do. Back at the training grounds, people are still hounding Fang Zhou. He brushes it off again, claiming it's no big deal. His peers tell him he's being too modest, but he just keeps his secrets close. He knows that what he showed them is barely a fraction of his true power. Suddenly, Yi Fan intercepts him. The edgelord declares that only Fang Zhou is worthy of being his rival. The air grows heavy with unbearable tension as they lock eyes in stunned silence. What could have possibly left them both this speechless? Fang Zhou isn't interested in a rivalry with a dramatic edgelord. He's got better things to do. Yi Fan insists. He needs a sparring partner, and he's willing to pay. He explains his research requirements. He needs someone of equal strength to progress. Fang Zhou asks the million-dollar question. What's in it for me? 10 contribution points. He's buying Fang Zhou's time for 2 weeks. Fang Zhou's attitude shifts instantly. Business is business, and the money is too good to ignore. Yi Fan is ready to go right now. No time to waste. His friends are confused. Did he just sell his soul to an edgelord? Fang Zhou knows he needs these resources for his home. The group wonders if Yi Fan is just a spoiled rich kid throwing money around. Apparently, the research committee is fronting the bill. They're betting big on Yi Fan. They joke that Yi Fan will be in debt until he's 50 at this rate. They arrive at the private laboratory. It's high-tech and imposing. Yi Fan shows off the facility, clearly proud of his setup. Even Fang Zhou has to admit the resources for these rare classes are next level. The head of the committee greets them, exuding an aura of veteran battlefield experience. The introductions are formal and stiff. Even though the professor is a researcher, you can tell he's seen real blood spilled on the front lines. He talks about the recent success of a fellow demon hunter who took down an abyssal lord. They're investing everything into Yi Fan, hoping he'll be the next legend. The professor turns his gaze to Fang Zhou. He offers to set up a research committee for him too, but Fang Zhou politely declines. He's smart enough to know that debt isn't worth the fancy equipment. Enough talk. It's time to start the actual combat research. They've got safety measures in place, so the boys can go all out without fear of dying. Each fighter gets to pick 3 pieces of gear from the armory. Fang Zhou analyzes his opponent. Yi Fan's speed is the perfect counter to his slow skeletons. He decides it's time to use his skill points to bridge the gap. He pumps points into his summons, javelins, and shields. He's getting ready to turn the tide. Yi Fan boasts about his new weapon specialization. He thinks he's got the match in the bag. Fang Zhou keeps his confidence hidden behind a polite smile. His stats screen updates showing him stronger than before. The game is officially on. He equips a standard staff, ready for the test. He dons the basic robe, knowing it won't do much, but it's better than nothing. Yifan is fired up, calling Fang Zhou his destined rival again. The atmosphere in the lab is electric. Yifan is convinced his training will carry him to victory. The researchers debate who's going to take this fight. They've been watching Yifan all week. His instincts are truly top tier. The instructor chimes in, "Don't count the Necromancer out just yet." Lu arrives, ready to watch his student prove everyone wrong. The critics argue that no matter how many skeletons he has, a mage is just a glass cannon. Yifan has a new movement skill up his sleeve that's supposed to be a game changer. A razor-sharp slash tears through the air, narrowly missing its target. The battle reaches a breaking point as reflexes are pushed to the absolute limit. Fang Zhou knows he has to keep his distance. One hit from Yifan could end him. Yifan isn't letting him get away that easily. He launches his signature demon-hunting arrow. The hero summons a terrifying spectral force, his eyes burning with lethal intent. Death itself bows to his command as he unleashes a chilling power. Fang Zhou frantically tries to summon a skeleton to block the path. A lethal beam of energy tears through the skeleton, shattering its form in a single, devastating strike. Bone and armor disintegrate as the unstoppable blast obliterates everything in its path. Yifan is smart, he's targeting the summoner's rhythm. The summon is interrupted, and Fang Zhou is left exposed. That was a close shave, the pressure is mounting. The forbidden seal ignites. Raw power surges as he slams his palm onto the glowing ritual circle. He forces another skeleton onto the field. The older generation is shocked. These kids are absolute monsters. Lu is grinning. Even if Fang Zhou loses, he's proven his worth today. Fang Zhou is too calm. He's definitely holding back a secret weapon. It's time to stop holding back. He screams, pushing his summon skill to its absolute limit. 30 skeletons appear out of thin air. How is his mana pool even this deep? Yifan is thrilled. This is exactly the level of challenge he was looking for. Fang Zhou watches him. He knows Yifan is hiding something big. Yifan prepares a vengeance strike. He lunges forward, looking for the kill. The skeleton warrior crumbles into dust, defeated at last. Its once mighty frame dissolves into nothingness. Fang Zhou is already repositioning. The energy builds up. He triggers his shadow charge. A surge of overwhelming power erupts, tearing through the air with devastating intensity. The stage is set for an explosive clash. The spectators are sure it's over. No mage can handle that kind of pressure. The vengeance strike descends. Fang Zhou laughs. He baited him into the perfect spot for a bone shield. Yifan's attack bounces off. What just happened? The crowd is losing their minds. He learned a new skill during the fight. Fang Zhou apologizes with a grin. Tactics are part of the game, pal. The air turns deadly as a spectral skull slams into the ground, catching our hero off guard. Tension spikes, the real threat is finally closing in. Yifan is totally blindsided by this new trick. The researchers are grumbling. Fang Zhou is fighting dirty. He used an optical camo cloak to hide in plain sight among his minions. That is devious. Yifan is spinning around, unable to find the real Fang Zhou. He's getting desperate, screaming for the Necromancer to show himself. Fang Zhou knows it's time to end this. He's ready to use his trump card. A surge of raw, mystical energy erupts, sending the skeletal warriors flying in every direction. Their ranks are shattered by this sudden, overwhelming blast of power. The crowd is absolutely stunned. How did he master such a high-level skill already? It's a risky move with a massive cooldown, but the burst damage is just too good to pass up. The moment of truth has arrived. An overwhelming surge of raw, electric power tears through the darkness. The battlefield erupts in a blinding flash of volatile energy. He lunges forward, screaming, "Skyfall strike," as he aims his devastating power directly at Fang Zhou. Pure, Unadulterated rage surges as his eyes ignite with a hellish green inferno. He's reached his breaking point and is ready to unleash total chaos. The Legion of the Dead rises, fixated on a pulsating orb of cursed green fire. Destruction looms as the skeleton army prepares to unleash their dark power. The battlefield is getting crowded, but at least the skeletons aren't charging for admission. He screams the name of his ultimate move, Skyfall Strike. The dust settles as a brutal blow leaves the skeleton shattered on the floor. Our hero stands cold and composed, watching his defeated foe dissolve into nothingness. Yifan refuses to go down without a fight, declaring that his pride won't allow him to lose this match. Feng Zhou calmly requests medics, clearly worried that he might accidentally turn his opponent into a permanent resident of the graveyard. Shock and awe take hold as they witness the terrifying truth unfolding behind the glass. Their world is changing, and there's no turning back now. Wait, the crowd's reaction is all wrong. That isn't the look you give a winner. The realization hits them like a truck. Something is seriously off. That isn't Feng Zhou at all. He didn't disguise himself as a skeleton. He made a skeleton disguise itself as him, disguised as a skeleton. That's some next-level Inception-tier camouflage. Oh no, the trap has been sprung. Feng Zhou mockingly thanks Yifan for letting him walk away with the victory. With a sharp flick of the wrist, he discards his weapon. The battle has only just begun. Yifan throws in the towel, officially conceding the win to Feng Zhou. That last move completely drained his reserves, leaving him with absolutely zero energy left to stand on. A chilling grip locks onto his shoulder as the spectral skeleton emerges from the shadows. Death has come knocking, and there's nowhere left to run. Feng Zhou offers a casual, dismissive thanks. He brushes off the gratitude, claiming his mercy is just a form of pity for the loser. Yifan rages about the underdog rising, but Feng Zhou just laughs it off, telling him not to take it so personally. Professor Chen grudgingly admits that Feng Zhou's combat prowess completely blew his expectations out of the water. The professor calls his tactics dirty, which is definitely a backhanded compliment if I've ever heard one. Instructor Liu is dying to know if that shield spell was a self-comprehended skill. Feng Zhou confirms it with a nod. He explains how his training sessions led him to unlock two brand new techniques, Bone Javelin and Bone Shield. The air grows thick with chilling tension as the two lock eyes in an awkward, silent standoff. Whatever was just said has left them both completely stunned. The instructor is thrilled, but Feng Zhou is already begging him to take it easy on his exhausted body. Brother Qingshan jumps at the chance to test these new skills, rushing off to prep the equipment. Feng Zhou claims he's tapped out, but the instructor has a very spirited solution in mind. Out comes a literal keg of potion. Feng Zhou drinks it down like it's water to restore his mana. Watching someone chug a magical recovery potion like a frat boy at a kegger is definitely a first for the research institute. The testing grounds are ready, and the dummy is locked into position. The instructor orders him to unleash his skill just like he did in class. Feng Zhou channels his energy and fires off a bone javelin. The readings spike. The attack power hits a massive 85. The observers are stunned. An 85 rating for a self-created skill is absolutely top tier for a student. Now it's time to switch gears and see if he can take a hit. The dummy initiates a flurry of attacks. The bone shield snaps into place, registering a rock-solid defense power of 80. He's got the firepower of a storm mage and the durability of an earth knight. This kid is a walking cheat code. The instructor keeps patting him on the shoulder, but Feng Zhou is clearly just tired of the physical affection. He's told to register these skills at the Federation's skill library immediately. The library is a legendary hub where contribution points are the only currency that matters. Lucky for him, there's a branch right inside the institute, saving him a trip across the city. He heads off to the library, ready to trade his hard work for some serious rewards. The doors to the library open wide, revealing a massive archive of power. It's pitch black inside. Is the electricity out? Or are they just being dramatic? He lets out a soft chuckle, unimpressed by the atmosphere. It's exactly what one would expect from such a high-level Federation facility. Every skill he could ever dream of is tucked away on these shelves. The mysterious protagonist effortlessly weaves raw magical energy into a pulsating, arcane sphere. With a flick of his wrist, he awakens a power long forgotten. The system pings with a notification. Skills registered, points rewarded, and he even gets royalties on future exchanges. Talk about a side hustle. He's not leaving until he squeezes every ounce of value out of this visit. His eyes lock onto the Skeleton Meditation Method manual. He's ready to use these as blueprints to break his limits even further. With 100 soul power points, the deduction process begins now.